Hey everyone, Aaron here from MTGChallengers, and welcome to another Magic the Gathering gameplay. Today we have Cole playing Golgari Devotion going up against me playing Junk Aristocrats. Cole was on the play for game 1. He started things off with an Overgrown Tomb and a Thoughtseize, losing a total of 4 life, going to 16. I revealed 2 Temple Gardens, a Godless Shrine, a Plains, a Soldier of the Pantheon, a Zathrid Necromancer, and an Athreos God of Passage. He chose to get rid of the Athreos. I played a Plains and cast a Soldier of the Pantheon. Cole cast another Thoughtseize on his next turn, going to 14. My hand was the same, except for an Abrupt Decay that I drew. He got rid of my Necromancer this time. He played a second Overgrown Tomb tapped before passing the turn. I played a Godless Shrine tapped and swung with my Soldier for 2, taking Cole to 12. Cole just cast a Pack Rat for his next turn. I played a Temple Garden, paying 2 life for it, going to 18. I then cast an Abrupt Decay, destroying the rat. I swung for another 2, taking Cole to 10. Cole just drew and passed for his next turn, stuck on 2 lands. I played another Temple Garden tapped this time. I then cast a second Soldier of the Pantheon, followed by a Tormented Hero, which entered tapped. I then attempted to swing with my Soldier again, but Cole cast a Bile Blight, killing both of them. Cole just drew and passed again. I played a Swamp and cast a Thoughtseize of my own. In response, Cole cast a Devour Flesh, forcing me to sacrifice my hero and gaining me 1 life. He revealed a Lifebane zombie, another Thoughtseize, and 2 Grey Merchants of Asphodel. I chose to get rid of the zombie, going to 17. Cole finally got a 3rd land, which was a Swamp, and passed it back. I played an Overgrown Tomb tapped and also passed. Cole cast another Pack Rat. I cast a Zathrid Necromancer on my next turn. Cole just played a Mutavault and passed it back. I drew and cast an Athreos God of Passage. I then swung with my Necromancer. In response, Cole pitched a Thoughtseize to make a copy of his rat. He then animated his Mutavault, upping his rat count to 3, allowing him to safely block and kill the Necromancer. He chose to pay the 3 life to avoid sending it back to my hand, and I got a 2/2 zombie token tapped. Cole pitched a Grey Merchant on his next turn to copy his rat again. He then animated his Mutavault once again and swung with 2 of the rats for a total of 8 damage. I had to take it, going to 9. He followed things up in post-combat with a Temple of Malady, choosing to leave the top card where it was. I top-decked another Temple Garden on my next turn, so I chose to scoop, giving Cole the win and taking us to game 2. Welcome to Game 2. I was on the play and took a mulligan down to 6 cards. I laid down a Temple of Plenty for my first turn, scrying and choosing to leave the top card where it was. Cole played a Temple of Malady, scrying for himself, and also chose to leave the card on top. I played a Godless Shrine tapped and cast a Soldier of the Pantheon. Cole played a second Temple of Malady, choosing to send the top card to the bottom this time. I played a second Godless Shrine tapped. I then cast a Thoughtseize to look at Cole's hand. He revealed a Devour Flesh, a Desecration Demon, a Grey Merchant of Asphodel, a Hero's Downfall, a Swamp, an Overgrown Tomb, and a Mutavault. I chose to get rid of the demon and lost 2 life, going to 18. I then swung with my Soldier for 2, taking Cole to 18. On his next turn, he played a Mutavault and cast a Devour Flesh, forcing me to sacrifice my Soldier. I did gain 1 life, going to 19. I played an Overgrown Tomb tapped. I then cast a Zathrid Necromancer and passed the turn. Cole played a Swamp and cast a Desecration Demon. On my next turn, I cast an Orzhov Charm, allowing me to reanimate my Soldier of the Pantheon. I followed it up with the Cartel Aristocrat. Cole played a second Swamp. He then cast a Hero's Downfall, targeting my Necromancer. I sacrificed it to the Aristocrat in response, giving it protection from black. I also got a 2/2 zombie token tapped from it dying. At the beginning of combat, I chose to sacrifice my Soldier to tap down the demon, and it got a +1/+1 counter. Cole cast a Pack Rat in post-combat. On my next turn, I cast a Golgari Charm to give all creatures -1/-1, killing the rat. I then swung with my Aristocrat, which Cole took, going to 17 since it still had the -1/-1 marked on it. I chose not to sacrifice anything to the demon this time, allowing Cole to hit me in the face for 7, dropping me to 12. He followed it up in post-combat with a Grey Merchant of Asphodel, causing me to lose 4 life, going to 8, and him to gain 4, going to 21. He played an Overgrown Tomb tapped before passing. I played a Temple Garden tapped and cast a Viral's the Scar Striped. I then chose to scavenge my Soldier, exiling it from my graveyard and allowing me to put 2 +1/+1 counters on my Aristocrat. I then swung with the Aristocrat for 4, dropping Cole to 17. I couldn't afford to take another hit from the demon, so I sacrificed my zombie token to it. He then swung with his Grey Merchant for 2, which I chose to take, going to 6. He cast another Pack Rat before passing the turn. I drew and cast an ultimate price on my next turn, allowing me to destroy the demon. I then scavenged my Necromancer and chose to put the 2 counters onto Virals this time. Cole made a copy of Pack Rat at the end of my turn. He drew a land, which he chose to discard to make another Pack Rat copy. For combat, he animated his Mutavault and swung with a token, which was a 4/4. I chose to trade with my Aristocrat. I drew another Cartel Aristocrat on my next turn, which I went ahead and played. I then scavenged the one that just died onto the new one, making it a 4/4 once again. Cole copied his Ratigan on his next turn and swung with a 4/4 again. I traded it with my Aristocrat once again. I cast a Tormented Hero on my next turn, which entered tapped. I then scavenged my second Aristocrat onto Virals, making him a 6/6. Cole copied his Ratigan. He then swung with everything he could for a total of 12. I only had 1 blocker, so this was lethal, giving Cole the win to the game and the match. So that's it for this gameplay. Thanks very much for watching. If you'd like the lists for these decks, click the annotation at the end of this video to see the deck text. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the Facebook page, and consider making a donation to support the continuation of this project. Thanks for visiting, and if you like what you see, subscribe for more Magic the Gathering content.